Hello there everyone, this is Mr.Brass, and this is another video for Janson. It's a part of a 10 series. I want to say that the topic that he's allowed me to do is on pickup artist and incels. And the way I want to address this, I want to put out, like, from a men's rights perspective, these groups have a bit of a bit more in common than you would think. Pickup artists, as you know, are men that develop dating strategies to help men get laid. And, it is as shallow as it sounds. And obviously, incels are men who want to have sexual relationships with women and have meaningful relationships with women, but for whatever reason, they can't have that. So, how is this group more alike than you think? It's actually very easy. Both groups prioritize the woman. They see women as a status giver. Getting with a woman, like for the pickup artist, is, it's giving them a status. It's letting them know that they have a certain meaning to them about their relationship, about their relationships. Now, to me, I don't think it's a very good status, but it's supposed to make them feel, it's supposed to be like a sort of they're instrumentally using women in order to give them this status of high value man. In their mind, they think that getting a lot of women makes you high value. It really doesn't. You could just be getting easy women. And it takes no skills to do that. And, you also have, for example, incels, and they also prioritize women. They see a relationship with women as the ultimate thing that will give them meaning and purpose. They have to have this meaningful relationship. And so you can see in both cases, it's rooted in gynocentrism. This absolute, trying to think of the words, they escape me. This obsolete notion that we've had from evolution of prioritizing women. And men will do this against their own best interest. It's just how it works. But it's obsolete in today's culture because obviously we don't have an underpopulation problem. And two, with guns and all the other weapons that we have today, women do not need men to be as disposable as they once were. And men do not need to prioritize women like they once did because they had to in order to survive. We don't need to do that. And the thing that both incels and pickup artists have in common is they don't have intrinsic value as their they don't have intrinsic value, and they don't have self-validation, and they're not anti-gynocentric. So they see women as a way of acquiring status. Now the statuses are different, but, the status that they're trying to get is different, but in the end of the day, they see getting with women as a status that they can get. But it just makes no sense in the long term, in my opinion. Now, obviously, I don't blame a guy for wanting sex. That's just natural. And it's just stupid that people think men are entitled to, that men think that they are entitled to sex. Look, if men truly and sincerely believed that they were entitled to sex, why would they initiate relationships? Why would they ask women out? Why would they go through all these courtship rituals to get sex? I mean, why would they try to impress women? Why would they try to get a woman to like them if they just believed that women would just give it to them with nothing? And that they were entitled, well, not that they would give it for nothing, but that women should just give it to them for nothing. And it's stupid. Men have to undergo so many courtship rituals just to get a chance to get a woman. We don't see it as something we are entitled to. It's something that we see we have to earn. And, men have a work ethic like that. And with incels and these pickup artists, I'm not going to say that they are necessarily bad people. Some are, some aren't. Some are probably more misguided than they are devious. There are, of course, bad apples in the groups, as there is with men's rights activism. There are plenty of men's rights activists I don't agree with, and some that I think go way too far. But overall, I generally agree with the stance. The key thing that I want men to remember is that they have intrinsic worth, that their mental health is vitally important, and they shouldn't mess around with it. I also believe that men need to see themselves as having intrinsic value that does not need validation from a woman. You do not, let me repeat this, men, you do not need a woman to have validation. You don't need a woman to be a real man. You are a real man because you just are a man. And you value yourself as a man. No hoops required. You do not need other people's validation. And the sooner men realize that they are not disposable, that they have value, and that they shouldn't just be put on the cutting blocks and be discarded, the better we will all be when men see their value. I don't know when that will be, but I wish it would just happen sooner. That will lead to real independence for women. And it will lead to real social change once we start treating people more equally in terms of responsibilities and accountability. Well, anyway, I hope my good friend Janson likes the video. Please, of course, like, share, subscribe, whatever. Just make sure to subscribe to my channel, and thank you. Bye.